N17 is a national day of direct action. Last year, Occupy Eugene marched on the banks and was successful in shutting down 5 branches of 5 major banks for the majority of the day. This year, with winter approaching and the lack of action on the part of the city of Eugene, we are addressing the many and pressing issues around homelessness.
Well, as you know, on the Occupy anniversary, the Homeless Solution Support Group went over to the Pearl Street entrance to the closed City Hall. And we had ministers from the 2 churches, Church of the Resurrection and from the Methodist Church, do a memorial. And friends and family of people who had died on the streets as homeless persons came and put flowers and pasted the name of each person on the fence. They were each posted with a little ribbon. We had quite a religious ceremony, as well as many people in attendance. And by next day, the city had come and torn that memorial down, which I thought was just an incredible statement on the part of the city that was a definite act that showed overtly what we have been seeing for the last year about the respect with which the city does not hold people who are homeless.
It has been nearly a year since the closing of the Occupy Eugene site in Washington Jefferson Park, where we provided a reasonably safe place for people to sleep, food for them to eat, and perhaps most importantly, a sense of community that for many was both empowering and healing.
There's many things that the city of Eugene could be doing right now that they're not. They chose to fence off City Hall at what I've been told was a cost of $70,000. There are 3 levels of fencing to make sure people can't get in there. That is a building that could potentially house hundreds of people that is sitting empty, and their excuse is liability and that they're worried because it's not earthquake proof. So, we can just let people freeze to death when there's a perfectly good building, but in the, 1%, 1 gazillion% chance that we have an earthquake, we can't let them in there.
When the site was closed, despite everything, we felt we had made some small but solid victories for the most marginalized of our community. The city had agreed to allocate funds and work towards solutions on many homeless issues we face. And yet, a year later, there has been very little done to follow through on these agreements.
I think, at the heart of the matter is the fact that your average anti-Occupy person didn't like to see what was below the surface of their society. I think a lot of the local well-to-dos were very uncomfortable by that.
Apathy and bureaucracy have for too long been the deadly tools of injustice. For too long, people have been allowed to die on the street. Join us this Saturday as we take a stand and fight for what is right, for it is in the shelter of each other that the people live.
I can hear my spirit. I can hear my spirit crying out for a little bit more justice. Crying out for a little bit more justice. When I say yes to the beat in me, I will set my spirit free. When I say yes to the beat in me, I will set my spirit free. When I say yes to the beat in me, I will set my spirit free.